Okay, so I'm gonna call this one line 1, and we're gonna be able to tell because it's, for me, gonna be in purple. Okay, so line 1 starts where? -1. So we're gonna go to -1 and we're gonna put our dot. And then I'm gonna go up, how many? 2 over 1. Okay, so up 2 over 1. Now, where you're gonna see a little bit of difference, you have to make every dot you possibly can on line 1. Okay, so you have to make all the dots on line 1. So you're gonna go up 2 over 1, put a dot, up 2 over 1, put a dot, up 2 over 1, put a dot. Okay, so all these dots have to get marked. Okay, and you're gonna check the down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Okay, so line 1, you have to make all the dots you possibly can. Okay, now, for this line, we're going to start by looking at this. Okay, we're going to look at this. Find that with the Y symbol in this black box. Is that going to be a solid or a dotted line? It's going to be a solid line. Okay, so we're going to draw our line. And then are we going to shade above or below? Now we're going to pick something out of this blue box. Okay, and yes, it's shade above. So this is where I said you guys shade lightly with your pencil. Okay, so we're going to shade above this line. Okay, shade lightly because we have to draw a whole nother line on this graph still. And this is where I said colored pencils are going to be kind of beneficial for some of you guys that are struggling today. Okay, so they're back there on that table. Feel free to get them if you need them. Okay, now we're going to start graphing this line, line 2. Okay, and this is where I said it's really easy for me to tell what's going on with mine because I have 2 different colors. Okay, so line 2 starts where?
+2.
At +2. Okay, so we're going to go to +2 and put our dot. Okay, what is the slope?
1 and 2.
Up 1 over 2. Okay, on line 2, you only have to draw as many dots as you need. Okay, until you get that intersection. So you could draw 2 dots, you could draw 10 dots, just until you get the intersection. Okay, so we're going to go up 1 over 2, and we can see that they intersect here. Okay, okay, and so after you get that intersection on dot is when you can draw the line. Okay, so on line 2, should that be solid or dotted?
Dotted.
It should be a dotted line. Okay, so we're going to make a dotted line for line 2. Okay, and then for line 2, are we going to shade above or below? Above. Okay, so pause for a sec. So mine is a lot easier to tell than probably what's going on with your picture, okay? So again, if you need colored pencils, use the colored pencil, okay? You can use the first line with gray, the second line with some sort of color. Okay, so when you do these graphs, you should get 4 sections, okay? Because take a second, look at me. I have a line, right? So here's a spot, here's a spot. When I put another line, now I have 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so right here would be section 1. See how it's blue and purple on mine? Okay, and then I have a section here where there was another split that's just what color? Blue. And then I have this other section that's what color? Nothing. And then I have another section that's what color? Just purple. Okay, our answer is the section that has both colors. Okay, so our answer is what section? Section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4. Section 1 would be our answer. So what you're going to do after you've shaded both of your things lightly, you're going to go back through and shade section 1 very dark. Okay, so now what you're going to take this and shade very dark.
How'd you get that?
Huh? So when we did line 1, the purple, we shaded above, And when we did line 2, we also shaded above. And it's gonna be kind of confusing, after you get it, it's gonna be like, you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, so super, okay? The color pencil will probably really help some of you guys, okay? So if you're really confused, okay, the color pencil will really help you. Okay, this is what your picture should look like, okay? You can tell from far, far away which his answer section is, yeah? Okay, this is what yours should look like. You should have one section that is obnoxiously dark, okay? So the rest you're gonna shade very lightly.
Like for this one, how would I know which one is which?
So that's what I'm saying, line 1, when you shade,
I shaded this one.
so you shaded all this gray.
Yeah.
Line 2, now shade with this one.
Okay.
And then the section that, for you, that's gray and red, is gonna be your answer section, and then take this pencil and go back through and shade very
Okay.
dark. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at number 3. Okay, if you are really, really confused, go get a colored pencil, okay? It's gonna make your life so much easier, okay? So, if you're using the 2-pencil method, you're gonna pick up your gray pencil for starters, okay? So, line 1 starts where? At -1. So, we're gonna go to -1 with your gray pencil if you're using 2-pencil method, and you're gonna put a dot. Okay, our slope is what? 1/1. Okay, so we're gonna go up 1/1, and line 1, you have to make all the dots you possibly can. Okay, again, you're still using a gray pencil.
Oh.
Huh? Nope, use the gray one for now. Let me see. That's okay. So you're gonna use, you just need one pencil anyways, so use gray pencil, and then I'll tell you when to switch, okay? Okay, for line 1, should that be solid or dotted line?
Solid.
A solid line. Okay, and for line 1, are we gonna shade that above or below? Below. Okay, so again, you're still using your gray pencil. Okay, and we're gonna shade that one somewhat lightly. Okay, shade it lightly. Okay, we're gonna now switch pencils. Okay, now, if you're using a 2-pencil method, you're gonna switch your pencil at this point, because now we're doing line 2. Okay, now we're doing line 2. So, line 2 starts where? -3, so we're gonna put our dot at -3. And what is my slope? Up 1/1. Okay, you gotta wait until you get 2 dots, one color and the other color. So this is my like dot that they intersected. Okay, should this line be solid or dotted? A dotted line.
And this is my answer.
And then am I gonna shade above or below? Above. Okay, so I'm gonna shade everything above this line. Okay, so again, I have 4 sections there. I have a blue and pink or purple section, right? For me, I have just a blue section, a no color section, and a purple section. Which one is my answer section? Section 1, 2, 3, or 4? 1. Okay, so what you're going to do now is take back your gray pencil, if you're using a 2-pencil method, and you're going to shade in this part that is gray and whatever other color you used, and shade it nice and dark. So see how you got one like blue, one no color, and then blue and gray, and then, you know what I'm saying? gray and red one is the one you're gonna shade, or gray and blue in this case. So see that one had gray and blue on it? Cause this was blue, no color, gray, gray and blue. So that's your answer section. Okay, cause you did the same thing kind of here, but. Hello. This is her. Good, hurry up. So, yes and no, so the amount of kids is kind of, depends on who shows up for school that day and who feels are eligible, so that's like a rolling number. So we'll know when we get there, but it would be no more than 31. Okay. No, so I just pay like at the door when I get there. Yeah, we're just gonna, I'll just pay and then with a card. Okay, perfect, thank you so much, I'll see you guys on Friday. You too. Okay, look at number 5. Okay, again, you're gonna start with your gray pencil. Okay, it starts out at -1. And we're gonna go up 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1. Up 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1. Okay, or down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1. Okay, is that line gonna be solid or dotted?
Solid.
A solid line. Am I gonna shade above or below? Above. Okay, so all of this should be shaded very lightly in gray. Okay, now switch pencils. Okay, we're starting with line 2, so switch pencils. Okay, line 2 starts where? +3. And my slope is up 1 over 1. Okay, and it's a negative line, so we're gonna go up 1 over 1. And even if I keep going up and over, I'm not gonna intersect. So this is that intersection point. Is that my red line or your whatever colored line? Okay, is that gonna be solid or dotted? A solid line. Okay, are we gonna shade above or below that line? Below. Okay, again, if you're looking at the picture, we've got 4 sections, 1 plain, 1 red, 1 blue and red, and 1 blue. Which one is my solution section? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Look at my picture. Which one is 1, 2, 3, or 4? Number 3. Okay, the red and the blue is going to be the solution section. So you're going to take your pencil and go back in there and shade that section nice and dark. Okay, 7, where does line 1 start? Okay, line 1 starts at 3. And my slope is 6 over 1, so we cannot go up 6, so we're gonna have to go down 6 and over 1. Okay, it's gonna be a dotted line. And we're gonna shade below. Yep. Okay, now switch. Okay, line 2 starts at -2. And my slope is up 1 over 1 or down 1 over 1. Okay, that one's gonna be a solid line. And I'm gonna shade below. Okay, and so the section that we need to shade super dark is gonna be You can do a red or dark gray, it don't matter, but that's, that one, this is the one that should be super dark. Okay, number 9. Line 1 starts at -2. And we're gonna go up 1 over 1. Okay, it's gonna be a dotted line. Shaded below. Line 2 starts at +2 and up 1 over 1. And that one's gonna be shade above. Okay, why does this one look different? They don't intersect. So all that's saying is there's no solution. Okay? So this one, and that's okay. Okay, so if by some chance they don't intersect, okay, then that just means they don't have a solution. Okay, there's people that you're never gonna meet in your entire life. Okay, there's people that you're gonna run into all the time. There's people that you're just gonna meet one time in your life. Okay, so in this one, there's just nothing. Okay, last one, 11. Line 1 starts out at +2, and my slope is up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. Or down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Okay, it's gonna be a dotted line. And you're gonna shade below. Okay, line 2 starts out at -3. And it's up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Okay, that one's gonna be a dotted line. And shade below. Okay, so that's gonna be that dark section. Okay, you guys got 6 to do on your own. Go through and get your 6 done.